Hi, welcome. Welcome to New Angles. Wait, two baddies, two baddies.
One podcast? I almost said one Porsche.
She is unfortunately an SM stans.
It's really fortunate though.
Let's take a minute and pray for her. So I have the dogs with me. Do you want me to give her to you? Maybe she'll lay with you.
No, she's gonna be like that.
Okay.
Welcome to podcast number 2. We survived.
Some people were a little heated about you being heated about not bringing other groups' light sticks.
I just don't think it's ethical. I mean, I remember back in the days, I was at a concert and someone was wearing a EXO jacket, a BTS bag, and it was a multi-stan fandom, K-pop fandom, and people were like, oh my god, I can't believe that he's wearing other K-pop merch at that X concert.
Yeah.
So imagine bringing the light stick.
Okay, you're concerned for people. It's just coming from your good heart that you're concerned for people.
I am, and I'm concerned. I'm concerned for the group itself because it sucks for them. They don't want to say another light stick because it's a message in quote unquote. I don't know, parentheses.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know what you're gonna say.
It's like if the people, even if it's not the case, it's like if the person who's bringing the other light stick said, well, I wish it was that group at the concert, not you. Or
Yeah.
I'm sending them, but I'm coming at your concert because you're a K-pop concert.
And actually, there was a couple comments in the first podcast saying that aespa's light stick, there was a rule: if you brought it to a concert or fan sign, you weren't allowed to put the little inserts.
I think SM realized the individualism of
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. So, first scandal avoided. There was just a couple people heated about it. But you said you don't take it too seriously. Like,
I really don't.
you're not gonna punch someone.
No, I won't. Of course I won't. But I just think it's not ethical. If you don't have the light stick, just don't bring another light stick because you won't be the only person who doesn't have it. That's it.
Yeah. There you go. So what is the subject for today's podcast?
What is the real name of the podcast? Did we choose something?
We're thinking of K-pop canceled. I made this fancy little logo.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be K-pop canceled,
Yeah.
or the podcast. So you guys can let us know in the comments. But I think K-pop canceled is good because we might get K-pop canceled.
Well, maybe I will, just because of the light stick that it's not ethical.
But today I thought we could talk about, this is scary for me, okay? I'll tell you about my traumas later. But we were thinking of talking about who paved the way.
Oh, yeah. I think my answer won't please you.
Please me?
Yeah.
What about me? What do you?
Well, we didn't talk about it, so you don't really know what's my point of view for that.
I think I do.
You
I think
think?
I do because we're two old hags, and I think we have a very similar opinion to
Yeah,
this.
but I think I might surprise you. I'm not sure.
Oh.
We'll see.
Okay. So the reason I'm scared is because, first off, some people got heated just because you mentioned not bringing light sticks to another group's concert. So my issue is, the last time I talked about this, I actually got K-pop canceled because let me tell you guys a little video.
I'm scared now.
Yeah, so I don't even think I mentioned BTS.
Okay.
I think it was a Somi What You Waiting For review.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I brought up the fact, because people were saying it sounds too westernized.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I was talking about, but I just basically said, I was implying heavily that second gen's failures helped pave the way for everybody today, because they would translate their songs into English and then they'd go to the States and be like, this is my US debut, was like such a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas today, like, groups don't really do that. It's just like more organic and, you know, there's not like an official, this is our US debut, we're making the song in English.
Yeah.
So people thought I was saying that K-pop groups have to make songs in English and debut in the US.
Oh, no.
And then because I implied that BTS didn't pave the way, people were calling me xenophobic.
Xenophobic?
Yeah.
What's the point? Why?
I don't know, but like I went on Twitter and I just kept seeing videos of myself and people saying she's so xenophobic, and I was terrified.
Okay, well, at least I don't have Twitter and TikTok, so I guess if there's
Why?
something about me, I won't know.
Yeah, I guess so. But I was so scared. I literally like contacted Markley Spears. I don't know if you guys remember her. And I was like, what do I do? Because she saw it on Twitter too. And she's like, what are you saying in this video? I'm like, I'm not saying what you think I'm saying. And she helped me write like a whole response.
Oh, really?
And I pinned it on the video. Should I bring it up? I don't have my phone, but
Don't move.
I'm not moving.
It took us, what, 2-3 hours to set it up?
3 hours to set this up.
Yeah.
I knew it would take some time.
Yeah, me too.
But anyways, I got K-pop canceled, and that's the title of this podcast because
We might
get K-pop canceled.
We might have point of view that will want you to cancel us.
Yeah. And the difference between like regular cancellation and K-pop cancellation is that you can get K-pop canceled for the weirdest things.
Okay.
Like I don't follow BTS on Instagram.
Yeah.
And some people would like send me messages like, why don't you follow them? They went through my follow list to tell me I'm not following BTS and that I hate BTS because I don't follow them.
Wow.
So that's K-pop canceled. It's just ridiculous things that get you canceled. And yeah.
Well, I'll be canceled just to not follow any girl groups. I think I only follow Blackpink, but still, I don't.
Let's take a moment again. Because she doesn't stand girl groups. How are we friends? She stands SM groups and not girl groups. We're...
I'm a casual listener for girl groups, that's it. But I won't buy stuff because I
Yeah.
don't want to be disappointed. I can't speak English today, guys. My first language isn't English, so if I say a word that it's not the right word to say stuff, sorry. Not sorry.
Not sorry.
It's the
Don't
only word that I
apologize.
know, so maybe it's not the appropriate word, but that's it.
It's all good. But yeah, that's my story of why it terrifies me to talk about this.
Are you sure you want to talk about that?
I couldn't
today?
sleep last night.
Really?
Yeah, but I think we're good. I have you by my side.
We're
And
together in that story.
you're my K-pop canceled buddy.
Yeah.
So if we'll go down together.
We'll go down together.
So, how did you get into K-pop? Because I just mentioned we're two old hags
Mm-hmm.
who've loved K-pop for over a decade, really.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us your K-pop story.
Oh my god, I think it was... Well, before I was listening to J-pop, mostly.
Okay.
Visual K. What's her name? Kyari Pamyu Pamyu?
Kyari Pamyu Pamyu, I think. Yeah, I remember
was
her.
listening to her. And I was at school, and my friend was into SM.
Who is that friend? Can I please speak to her?
She was obsessed over Super Junior. Yeah. So I think my first song that I heard was Sorry Sorry.
Okay, so like 2010
Yeah.
or 2009.
2009.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a Super Junior auntie, and I know the choreography,
Yeah,
and everyone
it
knows
was,
Sorry
it
Sorry.
was so good.
Mhm.
So it was Sorry, but I wasn't really into Super Junior. There was too many people for me. And I discovered TVXQ.
Okay.
And Myra Tick was my fucking song.
Okay.
And I think, yeah, my first bias was Kim Jae-joon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I actually never got into TVXQ.
No.
No, I can't even. Well, Neurotic, I know, but I can't name any other songs. I did like JYJ's in Heaven.
Do you know? Oh yeah, JYJ.
Can't you
Do you know Balloons?
No.
Da 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 da
No.
Oh my god, it's so cringy. You should watch the video clip. It's so funny.
I will. So that's your K-pop story.
Yeah,
How you got into
basically,
K-pop.
but I wasn't really hardcore. My first group that I really stand was B.A.P. And
2012.
Then, yeah,
Yeah, I hardcore stand them too.
they were my first.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
So my K-pop story is basically my English teacher knew another English teacher in Korea, and they set up this pen pal thing. So I got a pen pal in Korea,
Oh.
and her name was Angelina. Well, like her
No,
English
yeah.
class name was Angelina. So I got set up with her, and she basically said, like, "Do you know Big Bang?
Oh, yeah.
They're really handsome." And I was like, "No, I don't." She sent like a little picture and everything. So then I Googled Big Bang, and I was like, "Damn, like she was
are.
right." And I fell in love from there.
With
So I,
who? With who?
so my funny story about my first bias is that I thought it was T.O.P. because I went on their Wikipedia page and I'm like, I like that guy, but it said from left to right,
Yeah.
so it said T.O.P. I'm like, that's T.O.P., but it was G-Dragon.
Oh.
So it was a bit confusing at first, and I remember just like watching some videos and like being really intrigued about the language, and that's that. So yeah, I think that was like 2008.
Big Bang?
2007,
Oh, yeah.
2007, 2008. So we have like 10 plus years of K-pop experience. So please
You have
be
more experience than me.
but please be gentle with us.
Please.
pretty please. With the cherry on top. I'll see myself out. Okay.
So, who paved the way, Angelina?
Here's the thing. I think people are really stuck on
A certain person.
no, but like they're stuck on the wording of it. They're stuck on the semantics, like who paved the way.
What does it mean?
So, who had the who had? How do you explain who paved the way?
'Cause
Actually,
in my mind, paving the way, it's like if you picture it as the Wizard of Oz. So they are putting bricks on the ground for making the yellow path,
yes,
right? So that's paving the way.
yes, you're yes, exactly.
Okay.
So, how can a group? Oh my god, I'm already like it's so spicy. How can a group that debuted in 2013 have paved the way? Was there no road already made?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think it's not a specific group who paved the way. I think it's the companies who did it.
Oh yeah, because SM Entertainment, YG Entertainment, JYP Entertainment,
The big three.
they were all big before 2013.
Yeah.
Just not big hit big.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
for sure.
okay to admit.
For sure.
I
They constructed the yellow road.
yeah. But here's the thing. When you say second gen paved the way, people automatically assume you mean BTS didn't pave the way, and I think it's just the wording that people are stuck on. Cuz BTS had a huge impact.
Of course.
And there's no denying that.
I would say that BTS happens to walk on the way that was already constructed or halfway through. And
Yeah.
it happened that the world was ready for them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's it. So they
Yeah.
were ready, and then it happens that they were accepted, and they are super big, and they're making it easier for fourth gen groups to walk on that way because they
Yeah.
did such a big part of that yellow road.
Yeah, BTS, huge. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
You can literally 5-6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I don't know, I would like walk into spaces and people would have like BTS shirts on.
Yeah.
And I was like, you wouldn't see that in second gen really.
No.
Everything was inaccessible.
Yeah.
Like I got into K-pop through a pen pal.
True.
So
And
like
and
you had to know somebody.
I had to know somebody that was streaming them on on YouTube because YouTube was starting.
It just wasn't as big as it is today.
No, it wasn't accessible, and just buying albums,
Oh, forget it.
it wasn't as accessible.
There's websites that I don't even remember the names anymore, but
Oh,
They're
Asia
really
something.
yes, Asia,
Asia
for sure.
360 or something.
You're
What
just
was
yes,
it?
Asia.
Just Asia?
Yes, Asia.
Yes, Asia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Asia. I remember that I would buy like so many K-pop accessories, but it would take like 30 days to get here.
Really?
Yeah.
My first album, I bought it in France.
Mm-hmm.
And for a long time, I purchased my album on the French website because I knew they were shipping worldwide, but it costed me twice the amount just because of that.
Yeah.
And I was scared because I like putting my CD in my computer and then put it in my phone. So I was scared that it wouldn't work because
Okay.
it's not the same region.
I remember buying DVDs and I had to make sure it was like DVD region something or
Yeah.
else it wouldn't work.
So yeah, so I knew that with the French website,
Yeah.
even if it's not the same region, it was working with me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
What was your first album?
It was Monster X The Connect. So
Okay.
it's pretty late. It's
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But I did have an album collection way back then.
Mm.
So I don't have a first album. Fucking bags. I don't have a first album, but I bought like an M Black CD, a Rain CD, Back to Basic. I think that was 2010. Ihyori, G Dragon, Shine a Light tour.
Okay.
I had like a big haul. 21, not to anyone. I don't remember. Crush? No, that's too late. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. But I gave them all away. I went to Value Village. Just
Oh
gave
my
them all away.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Taeyang CD came out.
Yeah.
And-
Rice?
No, the one before that.
Oh, I only know
Wedding
Rice.
Dress.
Oh, wedding. Okay, yeah.
Solar.
Yeah.
And I saw it was out and it came in like a package with the t-shirt and everything. I ran to my mom's work. I'm like, Mom, can I buy it, please? She's like, okay. I'm like, okay. And I was so excited. It came with the t-shirt and everything.
wow.
Gave it away.
Oh no.
It was so cute though. Great. I don't even remember if it was a great album, but Wedding Dress slaps.
It does. It does.
So, on that note, what is your first like K-pop memory? If that makes sense. I can go first because I don't even understand the question. I remember, I think it was 2011, Girls' Generation was performing on the
At New
the Kelly and Regis show.
Yeah.
Or Kelly and Howard, what's his name?
Yeah.
Howie Mandel.
Howie.
Howie Mandel was co-hosting or something.
Okay.
And they were performing on that show. And I remember seeing it on my satellite. It was saying like, up next, Girls' Generation's going to perform. And that was like my first
Memory?
mainstream K-pop memory of K-pop being mainstream, essentially. It wasn't me at home on my computer or it was like out in the
knowing that
open.
They were somewhere else than in Korea.
Yeah, where it's just like anyone could have watched it.
Okay.
I don't even know if that question makes sense.
I don't really understand, but
Yeah,
I would
that's
say
fair.
that I think it was my first concert.
Oh.
In
Tell
France.
us. Do tell
It
us.
was in France.
In France?
It was in France. I flew to France. Yeah. It was for B.A.P. I saw them. I thought I was going to die. And yeah, I think it was pretty much no, Psy was before that.
Psy, I think.
It was in 2011 for Gangnam Style.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so my first memory for having K-pop at large and open to the public, it was Psy. When he was
blowing up.
He was blowing up, and here he's considered as a one-hit wonder with Gangnam Style, but he's not. Well, he's like, 30-something years into the scene?
Yeah, he has his own company now.
Exactly, and he's the first artist to be streamed on the radio publicly in his original language.
Psy paved the way.
People put a yellow brick.
People get really mad because they say like, well, Psy was a one-hit wonder and it was like a funny song and people made fun of him, so it doesn't count. But you can't belittle people's
He was
impact.
on the bye-bye.
He was what?
On the bye-bye? Is there a bye-bye here for you?
I don't know what that is.
No? You know, when it's the end of the year, there's the countdown for the end of the year, and there's always a show. I don't know for you, but for me, where I live, there's a show, and it's a comedic show. It said the Bye Bye. I don't know. It was Bye Bye 2011 for that one, and they did a comedic sketch on Psy, Gangnam Style, because he was the song of the year. He was the shit.
Yeah, Psy had a huge impact. So, Psy blew up.
Yeah.
That was after Girls' Generation.
Girls' Generation was, I think it was in 2009 or 10, they were doing a tour in New York. I remember one of my friends wanted to go.
There was an SM tour, I think,
Yeah.
at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And they were like the first Asian artists
To go in New York.
To go, yeah. So there was definitely tours. I think Rain was the first to actually have like a worldwide tour.
I think so. And Shiny did come to Vancouver.
When?
Oh my god, I don't know. We should ask Katie. She doesn't know me, but I don't care. Because she went, I think. She went. Yeah, I saw one of her videos. She said that when she went, the Japanese showels sent all their light sticks to Vancouver just for the Canadian showels to have a light stick. Not the big light stick, really the cheap ones that are sold at Japanese venue. Because before that, K-pop was really big in Japan, not in Western.
Yeah, we're West. Yeah, not in Western countries.
Yeah.
Well, I remember, like, if you wanted to make a friend in second gen, you just had to know someone.
Yeah.
We went and got tattooed in Montreal by this girl. Remember
True.
Simone? Shout out to Simone.
Simone. Hi, Simone.
And basically, I knew her from way back, and that's because I had a friend who knew her, and she didn't live near me or anything, but my friend was like, my friend likes K-pop, I'm gonna like hook you guys up. And then I added her on Facebook, and like that's how you made friends that liked K-pop.
It's so cute. I miss that though.
I don't, because now you could literally just go on any site and find K-pop stands.
True. But I don't.
Good, you don't. You will now. But yeah, so Rain had a tour.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2 cities in the US.
I don't
But
know.
that counts.
It does count. Of course it does.
Then SM Town had a tour. The Wonder Girls. I feel like the Wonder
They
Girls
were-
did a lot.
My cousin, she went to see One Direction, and Wonder Girls were the opening for One Direction.
One Direction or the Jonas Brothers?
I don't remember
I would
one
think
of them.
I think One Direction's too new. They definitely
Oh,
opened
maybe.
for the Jonas Brothers.
Oh, so
though.
it was the Jonas Brothers, yes.
And they had a movie.
Nobody but you.
But yeah, so I think the Wonder Girls actually did a lot.
They did a lot.
They had a movie that they were opening for the Jonas Brothers. I remember that being a big deal. They performed on the Wendy Williams show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Before anybody, I think it was 2009 actually. Then Girls' Generation 2011 or so.
Yeah, I think they were 2010 for Gigi. Yeah, it was 2010.
Because it was The Boys. And I think The Boys came out in 2010, but then somehow they performed it in 2011. I don't remember.
I don't know.
But
I remember that my friend couldn't go because he was hitting his 18th birthday, and his parents was like, "No, you're not going alone in New York."
So you got to see B.A.P.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't. I remember I was too young. I was working though, and I booked a week off work. I'm like, I'm gonna go see B.A.P.
Oh, in New York, right?
In New York,
yeah.
yeah. And then I booked a week off of work. I was planning everything. I was gonna bring like a guy friend to like, I guess, a little road trip. I don't know. And then
Be a little bit safer.
yeah, me, 2 girls and a
one
guy
guy.
friend. Yeah, I think it would be safer. And then my mom, I told my mom, and she's like, you're not going to New York. I don't even think I had a passport. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm going to see B.A.P.
No passport?
No. But I had plans in my heart, you know, and I was gonna get it done. So I didn't get to go. My mom's like, you're not going to New York by yourself?
And you can see the venue on YouTube. There's clips of when they were in New York.
And it was 2013,
It was super small.
2014 that they went on tour.
I can't remember. I think it was for One Shot? Batman?
I don't know. But you got to live my dream. I was so obsessed with them.
Honestly, I can't remember the concert just because I was traumatized before.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, it was crazy. Okay, so I don't know if it still happens like that in European venues or something. When we went to see 17,
Yeah.
the tickets, we had seats, assigned seats.
Yeah.
Right.
Bad seats.
And in the crew, in the pit, there is assigned seats too. So you don't really need to queue for your place in the pit. But back in the times, like what, 5-7 years ago?
Back in my time.
There was no assigned seats. So the fandom, the French fandom, created a plan that they did in Korea before. It's your numbered.
Numbered?
Yeah, numbered. Yeah. And so we had to come super early, like fucking early in the morning, to be numbered. And just to not be there in the queue all day, we had to come back every 3 or 4 hours. And if you don't come back, you're go back to the line.
Yeah, I would have issues with that. If a fandom is just like, this is how we're doing it, and you're not an official voice, like,
exactly.
Who gave you permission?
Exactly. So there's people who came right before the doors are open. Like, we were like 3 fucking lineups, okay? So just go back in the line. No, they just cut it. And people got scared. So we got pushed. And it was screaming. It was pretty insane. There was, well, of course, it's only girls that's there, but there was one who was a minor, and the other one was, I guess, 18. I don't know. She was like cursing at her, saying that she will end her and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a lot for a concert that's supposed to be one of the best moments of your life.
Yeah, and I don't know why, because it wasn't even sold out. It was so empty. It was so sad. I have bad memories for concert. I think you can say it for me.
What? Are we talking about 17 right now?
Yeah. I remembered the songs that were played, but if I didn't knew the cue, the set list, I think I won't well, I thought Fallen Flower would be on it. It was 24 hours that was removed.
Yeah, 24 hours, boom boom, ready for love, ready to love. 오늘 하루도
What?
네 머릿속에 너지 과연.
I was like, not ready to love.
Anyway, so that's the thing. When people say BTS paved the way,
no, they walked on it and they put a big brick, a really fucking big brick that is still. They're still constructing the way.
They're on hiatus right now, but
really,
yeah, she's a BTS auntie. Let's not
I'm
get.
not. I just don't follow them.
I don't either, and I'm considered a BTS auntie.
I thought
so
they weren't on hiatus.
They're on hiatus as a group, but they're still doing like individual things.
Okay, because like who? J-Hope?
Crush and J-Hope.
Yeah, like a few days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're still doing things individually. Mm-hmm. But when people say BTS paved the way, I don't even like get mad anymore, because it's really just a question of semantics or the way you word it. Because I know K-pop existed before 2013.
Yeah, of course.
And there was a community for K-pop before 2013. The argument I hear most is that the people wouldn't know K-pop before BTS. They'll be like, I specifically didn't know K-pop existed before BTS. And it's like, well, it sounds like a you issue, not me.
Yeah,
We knew K-pop beforehand, but it's grown. It's grown significantly.
I think the push was going to Europe. They were going a lot to Europe.
When they did their quote unquote world tours, it would anybody.
Okay.
Back then, it would literally be a bunch of countries in Asia.
Yeah.
Maybe France.
Yeah.
And then LA. I just remember this meme of like SM announcing a world tour, and it's like they put the globe and it just marked out LA, France, and a bunch of countries in Asia.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't think it was like super common.
No.
But anyways.
Well, of course, our part of the world isn't really on the map, so.
No, it's not. I remember like Gina came for like a little festival thing.
Gina?
You don't even know who she is, so that's how she was part of Cube Entertainment, and she got into a scandal or something for like, I don't even, let's not get into that. Okay. But I think FT Island came, but it was always like tiny little
venues
in like Toronto.
Not even in Toronto. I feel like it's more in Vancouver. I can't say it. Vancouver.
What I remember was usually Toronto. Really? But you never know. I don't know. I don't know everything. So
I think the first K-pop group who came to Montreal is DPR this year.
Montreal?
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone coming to Montreal. Either. Nobody, only Stromae wants to come to Montreal.
But one of
4 times.
I have a friend who's a really not Big Bang. BTS fan. And she was like, oh my god, there's so much rumors that they will come to Montreal. Because I think there was like a big sign at the airport, but in few airports of the world. Okay. For BTS. I think it was because they did their homage album, the new album, the
anthology something.
Anthology, yeah. So they released that, and there was a lot of big publicity in airports everywhere around the world, and there was one in Montreal, the airport. Huh. So people said that because it's in the airport, they're going to have a concert in Montreal.
Yeah, we can only hope somebody comes to Montreal.
Well, I hope please. They will. I hope they will. Honestly.
Nobody's coming to Montreal,
and it's such a honestly, Bell Center is a crowd. It's a big crowd. It's wild. If you want to see what's going on with that crowd, you can always watch Stromae's world tour. It's the one for Montreal.
He loves Montreal. He's coming for 4 stops in Montreal. He said in an interview, his favorite city is Montreal. I like Montreal because it's close.
I like it too.
Compared to Toronto.
Oh my god, I hate it.
Or
compared to fucking Hamilton. Sorry, Hamilton people, but you're too far from me.
Toronto is too far. Hamilton is extra too far.
It's too far.
And BTS went to Hamilton. Blackpink went to Hamilton.
I didn't know that they went to Hamilton, honestly.
Yeah, because when we went for Find My Seat or something, it was a bunch of BTS pictures and Blackpink. That was it.
I was like, it's not the right venue. She was like, yeah. And I was like, they didn't came to fucking Canada.
They did. I didn't know BTS came to Canada either. But why Hamilton? I want to know what's in Hamilton.
I don't know. What's in the water?
What did Hamilton do to merit an arena? Well, I guess Ottawa has an arena, right?
Well, we have a hockey team, that's why.
But people have heard of Ottawa. I've never
heard. I hope so. It's the fucking capital.
But my point is, I've never heard of Hamilton.
Me neither.
So
when I'm thinking about Hamilton, it's the Broadway show.
I mean, yeah. I'm like, isn't that in the States? I don't know. I don't know what Hamilton did to merit
I don't know.
all of these K-pop artists coming there. ATs now. Blackpink again. Blackpink's concert is only for rich people though. They said no
I
poor
bet.
people allowed.
That's the thing. The more you're popular, the more you're expensive.
But $1,400 for a ticket? No.
1,000.
Yes.
Not 100.
1,400.
So 10 plus. 30, not 2.
Okay. Mil. Mil katsa. But yeah, so on that note of BTS, another thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that nobody knew who BTS was in 2013. Obviously, they just debuted, but no one would have expected them to get this big.
I think the first song that I heard from them, it was Not Today.
That was like, I think 2017, 2018.
Yeah, that's when I saw B.A.P.
BTS?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said B.A.P.
Yeah, when I saw B.A.P.
Oh, it was the same year?
It was the same year. They released during that summer, Not Today. And I watched it, and that was the first time that I said, wow, they're stepping up their game. They're going to be big. But they were already big.
Yeah, their big break, I think, was really 2017, 2018.
Yeah, so
they were on all these shows. They were really promoting everywhere. But back in 2013, between every K-pop group, who do you think had the chance to make it the biggest?
B.A.P.?
Yeah, not BTS, right? Because
No.
everyone thought B.A.P. would become the biggest K-pop group in the world.
Yeah, but their company was shit. So that's it.
They got screwed over, but their trajectory seemed a lot more promising than BTS.
Well, they were walking up that way, and they had to step down, and BTS was right after them, and
but it really is amazing how things changed.
Yeah.
Because B.A.P. they had tours before BTS.
Yeah.
Nobody expected BTS to be what they are today.
No.
So I get it when people are like, BTS paved the way.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I've totally lost my train of thought. Nobody expected BTS to be this big. And I don't get mad at people when they say BTS paved the way, because they really had like this rags to riches story.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
They were the underdogs.
They came from a company that no one knew about. Big hit they collaborated, I think, with Source Music for Glam. Yeah. Glam. They had a couple nice songs. I listened to them.
I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, but like, who is Big Hit? Now if you say Big Hit, I would say but they were Big Hit before, right?
Yeah.
But you could argue that Big Hit is part of the Big Four now.
Yeah, of course.
They're huge. They've acquired Pledis. They've acquired Source Music. So,
and it's
17.
all because of BTS.
Oh, yeah.
They gave them money. That's it.
But they were nothing before.
No.
Big Hit? Who the fuck is Big Hit? Nobody knew who they were. Exactly. But my first memory of BTS...
What was it?
Okay, so it was actually a fan war between BTS stans and B.A.P. stans.
Really?
Babies. We'll talk about that another time.
Fandom name.
Roasting K-pop fandom names.
Yeah.
So it was the release of the music video for That's My Jam. You remember Youngjae had...
I love that song.
Orange hair.
Yeah.
He had orange hair.
Yeah.
So then I was reading online that ARMYs were mad at him for having orange hair because V had orange hair. And like in my little brain, I was like, I hate ARMY. How could they be so ridiculous? It's just a hair color. And I hated them at that moment because my heart was with B.A.P. So I would have defended them to the end of time. Sure. But yeah, that's my first memory really of BTS. But I remember in 2013, their song Boy With Love, Boy in Love. I can never remember.
I think they have Boy With Love and Boy in
Exactly.
Love.
So the first one that came out in 2013, I remember watching the dance video and thinking they were so cool. But I was a fan of B.A.P.
Was it the one with like one was in jail and the other one was something else?
It was in a school.
Scientist and is there?
No. That is Dope.
Oh, okay.
Dope. But this one was They were in a school. It was, anyways. They sounded really good. I actually put that as my ringtone to wake me up in the morning. But I was into B.A.P, so I wasn't going to stand another boy group at that time. Like, no.
No.
So that's
my heart is only allowed to one group.
basically. And then it all went to shit. So the lawsuit really held them back.
Yeah.
Because they could have been so big had they not enforced their basic human rights.
Yeah. But I think it was the right choice for them.
It was the right choice in the sense that, like, they enforced their human rights and they got, I assume, a better contract because they never left TS Entertainment at that time. They didn't leave during the lawsuit.
They didn't.
They went right back.
They were still under contract.
Yeah.
But their last comeback with TS was with Hands Up, and the contract was terminated.
Yeah, but I mean, like, once they did the lawsuit, it's not like they left the company. They still, I guess, maybe they renegotiated what they would get out of it. Yeah. But it really, like, they were gone for a long enough time that people forgot about them.
Yes and no.
I think so, because if you ask a lot of people who liked B.A.P, they'll tell you they started standing BTS after.
After the lawsuit?
Maybe during the lawsuit. I've heard like a lot of stories of people saying that. Like me too. After B.A.P, the group that I actually stand BTS from like 2017 to 2019. So, you know, who was there to fill that spot? Well, BTS was there.
Yeah, they were. But I think the thing is, I don't have the same point of view because I was in B.A.P during that time. My first real comeback with them was Wake Me Up. And
you were a late stan.
I was late.
So that was after the lawsuit?
But yeah, it was during the lawsuit.
So your first comeback was after it ended, the lawsuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have been in a K-pop break.
I think
21 weren't releasing anything.
No.
B.A.P were having a lawsuit.
Yeah, you were in your break.
And I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, you were out and I was in.
Yeah, like I think 2015, 2016, 2014 maybe even a little bit of 2017. I clocked out of K-pop.
Yeah, so I was in K-pop and you were out.
Yeah, but when I came back to K-pop, it was because of BTS.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't think we actually talked a lot about who paved the way.
Okay, so I would say, what was my idea is like, it's the companies who paved the way, not the specific groups. Okay. So, for me, if we take YG by example.
Yeah.
Okay. The first artist that was streamed worldwide in his native tongue is Psy. He was under YG at that time.
Yes, he was.
After that, the first group who had a light stick was Big Bang. They are under YG.
Big Bang.
So they put the brick, the yellow brick for the light sticks. The first group who was at Coachella, it was Hippie.
Yeah.
Okay. They were under YG. The first girl group who was at Coachella was
Blackpink in your area.
YG. So YG did a big thing.
YG was huge.
It was really huge.
In 2012, Big Bang won an international award. And I think they were the first. It was like the European Music Awards or something.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And everyone was so excited. Yeah. Everyone on Twitter was like, you know, people from all fandoms came because it was like
such a big thing.
A K-pop group was winning like quote unquote international award.
Yeah, finally something's happening.
So YG definitely did a lot.
Yeah, they did. After that, SM, like we said earlier, they did their SM Town in the States. And I'm sorry, but G was such a big song for...
G.
Such a big song.
G-Dragon referenced G in his song. What was it? The Leaders? My
Yeah,
name
yeah.
is G, baby, baby.
Yeah.
GD, baby, baby. You want fame? Playing your stupid little game. You should check a girl's phone. There's my face on the frame. What's up?
What's up?
But yeah, Girls'
Girls'
Generation.
Generation. And what happened? Super Andy did a big push. Well, it's not that. It's not that. It's after.
Yeah, that's a little
Not
bit
that
after.
big, it's really after. But still, they did a push. So SM did a big push for making it accessible, and JYP too with Wonder Girls.
Wasn't Rain under JYP?
I think he was.
I think he was. Don't
If it
quote me.
wasn't- If it wasn't JYP, it was SM.
I think it was JYP.
Yeah, it was
'Cause they
JYP
collabed
because
together.
He said JYP said to Rain to do plastic surgery, and he did it. And then Rain, well, I saw that in a show with Stray Kids or something like that. I saw a short and it was
Yeah.
laughing, like,
I
so.
recently saw like Mina from Twice said that, or was it Chang? JYP wanted Twice to like get moles removed and like have
Yeah.
things done.
Yeah.
So yeah, YG, I think from the start they were always quite like aiming at an international audience. SM, now they are.
I think they were the first company to do recruitment in America and
I have a story to tell.
Canada and stuff. When,
My friend and I,
did you?
we wanted to go audition.
No.
We were literally like planning, like, can we drive there? And like we were like, we're not gonna make it. Like but like we were actually considering it. I was looking at like vocal lessons. When you're a kid and you like K-pop,
I like the innocence behind that.
there's so much innocence behind that. Cause I was literally looking into vocal lessons for us, and I was an overbearing friend. I'm like, okay, you need to learn this choreography so we can perform it together. I would, and then she wouldn't. She'd be like, yeah, I totally learned it, and then we tried it together, and she didn't do anything, and I would get so mad. I really wanted us to learn Genie together.
I'm a genie in the bottle.
I was gonna sing the rest of it. You gotta rub me the right way. But yeah, like the SM, they were coming to
Yeah.
fucking Toronto or something.
And Vancouver. And
And we were
Yeah, I
gonna
think
go.
they
Can you imagine?
I can't imagine. Well, I can just, since we're friends, I feel like I won't even had the opportunity to know you. You will be, maybe. Can you imagine if you were my bias? My God.
But me as a K-pop idol, that's a fucking thought, isn't it?
Oh my God.
And I was dead serious. Like I was practicing for hours choreography.
Mm-hmm.
At our school play, we performed Bang and Zello's Never Give Up and Tiara's Roly Poly. Like live performance.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was rapping and everything.
Oh my God. Do you remember?
The rap?
Yeah.
Kia ora tiro da da. Never give up, even there. Kumayang, never give up. Irona, irona.
Oh my God.
I knew it by heart though. I think I was Jungkook, or is it? I don't remember actually. But it was something. Can you picture me as a K-pop idol?
I don't
She's like,
know.
no, I
don't
can't.
know. Not really. I don't know. I don't want you to be a K-pop idol.
Okay.
'Cause
Well,
you
can't
will not be my
anymore.
friend.
Aw, friendship. But yeah, that's my funny. I wanted to audition for SM Entertainment. I never did, but I know he likes to have his butt in the air. I think because he has back issues.
I wonder why, though.
His legs are literally just standing
Standing
up. Like this. He's comfortable. That's all that matters. But yeah, so SM definitely were the first to have like international auditions open.
Yeah.
I think I remember YG as well, but
I don't, but yeah. So I think it's pretty much the companies who did paved the way.
Yeah. Because obviously there had to have been some foundation down.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned, there was, Big Bang who won their first international award. Everyone was so excited. Psy blowing up.
Oh
All
my
the
God.
K-pop stands were like, oh, the locals are listening to K-pop. So we have so many examples. Girls' Generation on the Kelly and whatever show. Wonder Girls movie opening for the Jonas Brothers. Like those are big steps. But BTS definitely,
The world was ready.
yeah, there was a foundation already made. Maybe they like bulldozed the path.
Yeah, of course.
But again,
I think they did before that. It was a really small path,
yes.
and BTS just made it bigger, and the world was ready to listen to them. They were a little bit used to it, and they are now paving the way for fourth gen.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fourth gen, if we think like they can just
And now I don't think we can say that one specific group from the fourth gen is paving the way.
no.
There's so much groups that are so popular.
Yeah, like if you look at aespa, they just debuted and the support before they even debuted the support was there.
Can you imagine that their first performance in front of a crowd was fucking Coachella?
That's wild.
That's fucking wild.
The road was there for them.
Yeah, it was.
There's no denying that.
They're putting their brick too.
But I just mean like it's thanks to what SM did up until that point that they were just able to be like, here we are, and everyone is supporting them.
So basically, it's first gen did pave the way.
I don't know about that.
Well,
Okay, that sounds insensitive for me to say. There are first gen idols that are super important.
what's their name again? There was God,
One time
Turbo, one time, SCS.
there was a road paved a little bit for second gen. Then there was a little bit of more of
There
a
was
road,
bigger road.
paved for third gen,
third.
and now the road is
The
wide
road
open
is-
for
yeah.
fourth gen.
Yeah.
On va dire.
Yeah, yeah.
On va dire.
I would say so.
But yeah, I think again, like I mentioned, people just get really caught up on the semantics of it all. Because if you say BTS didn't pave the way, then you're saying they weren't important, but they were.
They were and they still are.
Yeah, we're not antis. Proven. Case closed. Start
I
following
respect
BTS on
them.
IG.
I respect them. Do I? I don't care.
She does. She didn't mean that.
Well, I don't care if I need to. That's what I'm saying.
So yeah.
I just don't really know them. That's it.
Does it surprise you that I was a stan for like 3 years?
Yeah, it does. It does surprise me.
Why? Because
You're a girl group stan,
Yeah.
not a boy group. That's it.
I grew up boy group stan.
Yeah.
Big Bang,
B.A.P.
Shiny.
Oh,
Shiny.
I love it.
We'll talk about why I stopped standing Shiny in the next episode.
I'm scared.
So, B.A.P.
Yeah.
Shiny,
Yeah.
Big Bang, Beast. I had a little Beast moment. BTS, ATs.
80s, it's 4th gen. It doesn't count.
I'm just saying
The boy groups that used him.
I have a tendency. I had a tendency to be a boy group stan.
Yeah.
And then in like twice got me into girl groups.
They were the first survival show that I watched.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's basically it. That's our little segment on who paved the way.
I thought we were so not on the same wavelength, but we are on the same point of view for that.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised at the beginning. Like, why do you think I won't like agree with you?
I don't know. I thought you would say like it's 21 who paved the way and that's it.
I mean, that's basically what I was implying this whole time. How did you not get that? No, 21 did a lot. They were at the peak of their career, and then drug smuggling scandal. It's very heartbreaking. But I think they performed on America's Next Top Model
Did they?
or the Tyra show, something with Tyra Banks.
I think it was Tario show.
There was so much hype surrounding the fact that they were going to have music with will.i.am. I was so mad about that. I hated the Black Eyed Peas. They never did anything with it. There was so much promise and nothing ever came out of it.
I think there's so much stuff that is recorded and still in the YG dungeon.
To be a fly on the wall of YG's dungeon.
To be a fly?
On the wall.
On the wall?
Yeah, to be a fly on the wall so you could see everything that's going on.
Oh my god, I've never heard of that.
To be a fly on the wall in YG's dungeon. That would be amazing.
I don't know if I would like to.
Yeah. Well, that song with will.i.am sucked ass.
I thought To Be a Fly on the Wall was the name of the song.
You never know. Well, we'll never know.
No. Well,
there's a fly on my wall. God damn it.
Yeah, so that's it. That's the podcast.
That's it. Thank you for joining us on episode 2 of our podcast. Let's talk a little bit about this prep here.
Oh my god.
Because it started yesterday.
Yeah.
My forearms hurt. I have plantar fasciitis, I'll have you know. Anyways, so I had to bring this whole ass couch upstairs. Mm-hmm. I had to take it apart to bring it up here. Mm-hmm. Then she came at what time? She came at 10 a.m. What time is it now, huh? It's 2:17. So we've been filming for an hour. Yeah. So from 10 to 1.
We were sitting in.
But anyways, we have literally 3 angles. My phone's recording her. My camera's recording me. Her webcam is recording both of us. My laptop is recording our voices.
And the table is a mess.
Yeah. The living room. We tore the living room apart. This is decoration from the living room. I was going to attach my microphone, but it fell off.
Yeah.
Now it's ugly, actually. I don't know why we kept that there.
And now it's standing on the chair, and we don't see it.
Yeah. So we appreciate you joining us. And I hope you guys like the new podcast.
I hope we won't be canceled for the first episode. Well, technically it's the first episode, but it's the second.
Yeah. We're going to try to put this on Spotify, Apple Music. I made an account on like Anchor by Spotify. Okay. So we're going to see. Yeah, and I think you can upload videos. Oh, so really? I think we could have the first episode as the actual first episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with
friends you don't have. I always wanted to say that.
Really? Here's your chance. You can follow both of us on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Instagram, Twitter.
No.
You don't have Twitter?
I do, but
me neither.
Don't follow me on Twitter. I don't want to go on there.
I don't have Twitter and I don't want it.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
So follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
And tell us what you think of the podcast, what we could do to improve, and leave a comment for the doggies too.
Mm-hmm. From Aisha. Yes, you're my favorite child.
That's basically it for us. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.